30-15.
Yep, no, other side. If can cut to the other camera, we'll see it here too. She stays way back because she did get caught on a foot fault. Peter, is that
40-15.
something that you teach?
No, I mean,
Just her own style.
yeah, it's I think more her style. I like the big tennis kick serve, but I like it because I do it. I mean, but the idea of on the deuce side, especially hitting that medium.
Bodman, Hayward, they lead 3 games to 1.
Tee, that's not a tennis kick serve in any way, and I love that serve. This is more specific to Liz and how she likes to serve.
Okay, so they got that game. Let's see if let's see how the blitz goes here.
All right, so I'd like to see over under on blitzes like 2.5. I'm gonna call, and they should do more than that number. So that
was out.
That was long.
All right, so that was a blitz. There's one.
15 love.
And this is smart play by Morgan Sikora here. They really can't let this game go too quickly.
And they're discussing the blitz. They have to be, I would think.
$15 all.
Liz going to announce blitz.
See, Alison Morgan is doing the calling for who's taking the overheads on their team every single ball, not just the scary ones in the middle, but making it, she's calling it early.
That's a dangerous overhead. Not as dangerous as that. Not a lot of
That's
room.
the
15-30.
Bodman factor, right? I don't want to swing it to the middle or corner. I'll try to go straight ahead. All right, so our blitz number is 2, right? This should be another one.
Morgan needs to stay very calm.
That's a way to take away the blitz. Stay back.
Very nice.
30 all.
Biggest point of the match right here. So you see Morgan Sikora have identified their spot on the court where they want to go as a team. Alison Morgan is ready to run up that court.
It makes me laugh when Hallie Bodman winds up for that ball.
Yeah, it's scary.
Do you ever get hit in training, Peter?
All the time.
30-40.
I've been hit many times by Liz and Hallie themselves. So last time Sikora paneled to the middle, cut off the return. Does Liz go down the line here?
Nope, but doesn't matter.
Game. Bodman, Hayward, they lead 4 games to 1. Second set. Morgan Sikora won the first set.
I think Liz
6
and Hallie
games
did a
to
great
love.
job. Kind of, you know, you held serve for 3-1 to make it 3-1. You now have a little bit of house money. Let's get more aggressive. They blitzed at least 3 times. Might have been a 4th in there. And got the break. Double break up.
And
And
you
now
see
they're
how
in
tense
control.
Hallie Bodman is waving to her friends as she sees in the parking lot.
Hey, Craig, can you get hand warmers?
You hear the umpire asking for hand warmers. It's not warm out there today.
And we see over on court 2, we have our number 1 seeds, Roxy
Yeah, no, that's
Anika
fine.
and Laura Barron. They're warming up.
Thank you, sir.
So if the two of you were playing big hitters, would you prefer to play them in this weather or like a 60-degree day? Do you have a preference?
I always like to play them in the warmer weather because I'd love to create
Love
offense off
15.
of running down, getting the ball off the screen. I think you have more opportunities. So the warmer the weather, anytime I could play in my shorts, I was happy. But as far as handling the ball,
volleys,
yeah.
yeah.
Huh?
Hard to handle those volleys when it's 60 degrees.
Yeah, but I'd let it go through.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't put myself in a win-lose position. Just if I couldn't hit a volley above the level of the net, I like to let it go through because then I could create havoc with something, another play, another scramble,
Right.
just change the look. Whereas when it's this cold,
15 all.
going to make that volley, you have
Yeah.
no second chance.
True.
But
Well,
I
awesome.
agree with you, Lauren. It is easier to control the big drive when the ball, is more firm and temperature is colder.
It's amazing, right? This
30,
looks like they
15.
had role reversal, these two teams. I
Little
mean,
bit.
the first set, Bodman Hayward made all the errors. The second set, Sikora and Morgan have made all the errors. And I think you're right. I think that is in large part because Bodman and Hayward changed their
30
strategy
all.
and found a way to make Morgan and Sikora press.
Yes. And doing more Aussie, and I mean,
Yeah.
they're definitely making adjustments. Great job by Liz and Hallie. So there's another small detail that I'd
30, 40.
like to tell players, if you can process that wasn't her strength, that forehand, and stay in and try to stick a volley, versus if that was her backhand, I'd be like, bail. It's a small detail, but she's not going to snap the forehand versus the backhand.
You're talking about Sikora, who
Sikora,
is in
sorry.
the ad side.
Correct.
And she had a ball on the service line, and Bodman Hayward bailed.
Correct.
Opened
Which is
up
not
the
bad,
court.
but
Right.
depending on
Game,
what side
Morgan
it's
Sikora.
on.
Okay, Morgan Sikora stopped the
Bodman
bleeding.
Hayward lead 4 games to 2.
And smart court awareness by Sikora. I mean, she could have gone anywhere with that forehand drive, and she went back. Liz was still in the court, and she hit 3/4 pace and just,
It's perfect.
yep.
Love 15.
All right, does Hallie blitz off of Liz's return?
Yeah. Good thing. Oh, still got it. But
15 all.
Morgan also does a really good job of letting that ball drop on the overheads and keeping it deep and low.
Yeah, I like that. With
15,
shoulder
30.
level.
Sorry.
Fundamentally a very good looking overhead.
That was Lauren Mandel. That's when we needed the camera and the commentators. Lauren was showing us with her technique. It hit me in the head, but that's all right.
I said sorry.
Between you and Peter, hands are underlay. I thought I was bad. Wait till I tell Mark Fischel about this. He's always
15,
dodging my,
40.
when I go for the overhead with my arm, he's always like pulling back.
Yeah. I can't talk unless my hands are
Yep,
moving.
it's okay.
Thirty, 40.
Good speed of play here. Sikora Morgan making another adjustment. Staying back.
Yeah, that's a great move.
Mhm.
So I think they're recognizing that
Bodman,
her
Hayward. They
screenplay,
lead
Sikora's
5 games
screenplay
to
is
2,
maybe,
second set.
maybe
Morgan
because the
Sikora won the
sun,
first set,
they can
6
go in
games to
there and
love.
get away with it. Because we really haven't seen this set, even though Bodman and Hayward are 5-2. The usage of the middle in the last 4 games hasn't been very high, but it's working out.
Well, they've definitely stopped giving Sikora that kind of backhand sitting in the,
Right.
midway between the service line and the baseline that she was just killing. So the screens have definitely been a better option.
Liz Hayward serving. Game away from tying up this match.
15 love.
That's that Liz Hayward
15 all.
one-handed swinging left to right backhand volley. Kind of throws you a little bit when you're playing against because she makes that shot and it's like, how'd she do that?
The first time I played her, it was here actually, and I was fascinated. She never missed a volley, but it looked so.
It's
Limp.
kind of dangly. It
And-
dangles, you know.
But she does it very well.
Oh, yeah. All right.
30-15.
30-15. Bodman's right on top of the net. Cuts that returner serve off.
Nice.
Yeah, good touch overhead by Hallie.
40,
2 set points.
15.
And there's the laugh
40,
that we all
30.
know and love. Can you believe I missed that shot?
I like Hallie on when Liz is serving, a lot of movement. She's always looking to cut off the return. I feel like that squeezes the returner's target. I've always told her paneling is just part of her DNA. The last couple times she's hugging the alley on both sides.
Are you talking about Bodman, who's on the
sorry.
right?
Yes. All right, 2 missed overheads, deuce. They're still
Deuce.
okay.
Advantage, Miss Sikora.
Great
Nice serve.
Game, Morgan Sikora.
I think I'd like to see what the percentage
Bodman,
are.
Hayward lead
when
5 games to 3.
Bodman's gone in
Second set.
hard to Morgan's deuce side. I think Morgan has won probably 90% of those transitions.
Yeah, there's only one reason to go into that corner that way. Maybe the sun, she loses it for a second. Otherwise, there's not enough value.
Well, yeah,
In
Morgan
my
just-
opinion.
yeah, she's handling it and
Yes.
she's using it for.
Yeah.
One thing if she couldn't run it down, or she was surprised by it, but I think she's shown them enough that she can handle it and then she can use it. So I
Right.
think you got to take that shot out of the play if you're Bodman Hayward.
I agree. Great
Nice
play
move.
by Sikora.
Nice. Sort of half volley there.
15 love.
Liz and Hallie also need to remember to keep blitzing. This is what they broke, I think, last time Allison served.
$15 all.
You see, Morgan Sikora are now talking between every point, which I think is really smart at this point of the match. Very clear on who's going to take what ball, what the players as the serving team. They have to take care of this game.
There we go, down the middle.
Sikora.
30-15.
She saw that before. Bodman has a tendency to drift to the middle, which means if Sikora can put that ball over by the alley, she's going to get a reaching error.
Here we are with both players back.
So the ball overhead down the middle is not necessarily a safe spot with Morgan Sikora, because Morgan's
30
looking for
all.
her backhand. She likes that short ball on her backhand,
And Sikora's not afraid to drive her forehand. So even if she's missing some, you still have to be ready for a volley. There you go. Announce splits.
Advantage, Miss Morgan. I'm sorry, 40-30. My bad.
so there was a stay back and a cut at net, little different place from
It was
the,
well done.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a
Game,
big
Morgan
game.
Sikora.
That was a
Bodman
good play.
Hayward lead
Remember
5
that.
games to 4. Second set.
So Morgan stayed back on her serve, and Sikora, who was over in front of the receiver, moved to the middle of the court on the return, and Allison still stayed back.
And if the returner, if Liz Hayward had hit it down the line, then Morgan would have covered it.
Right, because she was staying back. So it's another look, and you know, the only way you can use these plays is to practice them. So when you're out there in your practice matches, you know, you've got to do a straight, you got to serve and stay back. You can't be
Love
like,
15.
you know, 4-all in the third and say, what shall we do? And now try it. You have to be so confident about who's going to take what shot. And that's what makes paddle so much fun, is the strategic adjustments and not the coulda, shoulda, woulda in the car on the way home.
Right.
Love 30.
Yeah, I mean, strategy is such a huge part of paddle, where I know tennis has it, but you can sometimes just be bigger and stronger than somebody.
Love 40.
Here you have to be in paddle. You have to know where your spots are and what strategies work and don't work.
You can't just hit someone off the court.
Yeah, correct.
Well, this is a quick love 40 game.
Game, Morgan Sikora. Games are 5-all. Second
Wow.
set.
Okay, so Morgan Sikora have lost the last 4 games. Peter,
You mean
won the last
won
4
last-
games.
Yeah,
What do Bodman and Hayward do here? They were cruising along.
totally. Well, they've gifted a
Love
few
15.
points back and forth. There's one, but I would blitz again. Hallie's been blitzing Liz's return. That's how they got the lead in this set. This should be a blitz.
Nice move by Morgan.
Yep. Nice play, Liz.
I mean, Hayward just closed the net and
Love 30.
hit that ball, volleyed that ball quickly back at Morgan and just
Morgan didn't know whether it was a forehand or a backhand.
Yep. handcuffed her. Nice deep lobs by Bodman. Bob and Hayward haven't really tested the teamwork on the overheads.
Yeah,
You know, they haven't really. Yeah, they haven't really moved the ball around to see.
15,
how
30.
they're not. Like I said, they're a new team. There's got to be an area of indecision. Their strength is always their drives, but
Right.
just at that point there, where they were putting together some nice deep lobs, just move it around a little bit and see.
The left court overhead winner.
You get
Yeah.
so excited
15,
over
40.
that.
I love that shot. That is, you're so happy as the overhead hitter there.
Does that make you more happy, or about the drop shot overhead that tips off the top of the racket?
That one's better.
That one's feels good too.
Is there any gratification to the service let cord winner?
Oh, if you're the server, yeah.
But is it
Yeah.
the quiet fist
30,
pump?
40.
Yeah, it's a-
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
30, 40.
All right. Sikora.
This should be a down the line return.
She hasn't really used that.
Why do you say that, Peter?
Well, the pattern. I'm big on pattern. Great
Game,
shot by
Bodman Hayward.
Was that
They
Bodman?
lead 6-5,
Uh,
second set.
The other thing I teach, and all three of us know, is recognizing when a pattern is built up and doing something different. So they had gone, the net player, Sikora and Morgan, the net player was cutting off the ad court return from Hayward. So if they don't see anything down the line, they're going to continue to do that. Maybe try to stuff Bodman. So, when in the middle of that game, they went 2 back. So there wasn't an opportunity for Hayward to go down that line.
We might have to get you a chart.
My chart is my head.
Good insight,
15
Peter.
love.
Thank you. You know how they have it in football with the X's and the O's, and can we get that?
See.
We will. Our ENET crew is giving me a big nod, but I don't know if it's heartfelt.
All right, 2 points back. 2 points from the set again.
30, love.
Nice serve.
Maybe down the middle. There we go.
You said deep down the middle,
Deep down
I think,
the middle.
right?
Yes. I'll take down the middle too. Just use. There it is. Perfect.
High percentage is what you're looking for, right?
Yes. And taking away the driver's angle.
There, Sikora had the angle, but Bodman was right on the net. It's okay to give it to her then.
Hallie does a great job of a play I called New York to LA, where ball's in one corner, she'll redirect the ball into the other corner, coast to coast. And I
40,
encourage her
love.
to look for that. Catch maybe a player off guard.
3 more set points for Bodman Hayward.
What's this discussion about? What do you two of you think?
Where to serve?
Or to serve or Aussie? Maybe not.
How about get your serve in?
That's not what the discussion was.
Looked like she went a
40,
little bigger.
15.
Yeah.
Went for the bigger kick.
So I can say that because sometimes when,
40,
especially
30.
when I was playing with Sue Airy, she would say, so what should we do? I said, just get it in. It's okay. Sometimes that's just all you need to get at a certain point in the match. Breathing is...
Liz
Game,
Hayward breathed a lot
second
easier
set.
there.
Bodman Hayward, 7-5. Morgan Sikora won the first set, 6
That's a
games
big-
to love.
All right.
Way to right the ship by Bodman Hayward.
Quite the turnaround there. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back on the APTA network presented by ENET Live.
The world of Rolex is filled with stories of perpetual excellence. Since 1990, the Solheim Cup has elevated women's golf. Team USA challenges Team Europe, upholding the traditions of sportsmanship, and teamwork. As the women's game grows, the Solheim Cup will continue to shape its future. This is a story of perpetual excellence, the story of Rolex.
You can't put wings on a car. You can't see an accident coming. Or walk away from one like this. You can't make a car talk.
How can I help you?
You can't fight gravity. And you can't make one of the world's best SUVs even better. Go on, tell us what else we can't do. The all-new GLS.
Are you ready to go?
Possibly the safest, most spacious, most Mercedes SUV ever made. Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
All right, welcome back to the APTA Grand Prix Series. We are at the Chicago Charities, the second stop on the tour, and this is the third set of the women's round of 16 between Alison Morgan and Charlotte Sikora, Hallie Bodman and Liz Hayward, and I'm here with Peter Burker, coach of Bodman Hayward, and Lauren Mandel, who I'm going to just substitute in here. If you were coaching Sikora and Morgan, after they went off a tear in the first set and then just lost that second set, what would you tell them? Beginning of the third set, what do you think they need to do?
Well, I would tell them to try to envision how they played in the first set when they were so sharp. They made hardly any mistakes.
They volleyed really well.
They volleyed well. They didn't miss any drives. They didn't miss any serves. And just try to get that feeling back.
Yeah. Yeah, because I said, Peter, I was noticing halfway through the second set, Sikora went a little bit in and out, started to make some unforced errors. Now, part of that was because Bodman Hayward raised their level of play and cut down the errors. But they... oh, here we go. We're starting the third set now. Sikora serving.
Great job handling those volleys.
15
Sikora
love.
and Morgan have a great volley, especially when they're established and they get into the point. They volley very well.
The court positioning is good too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for a new team, they're
It was on the wrong side of the line.
15 all.
so umpire Rob Labune up in the chair.
30-15.
There's that serve you like, Peter, right? Down
Love
the
it.
tee.
My favorite. I don't think we've seen a blitz yet this game. So I think Bodman, Hayward need to continue to blitz. There you go. It's an easy game, right? Just do that.
Doesn't it look so simple?
Simple.
30 all. $30-40.
Yeah, Hallie should walk forward.
Game, Bodman, Hayward. They
That's a
win the
tough-
first game of the third set.
Tough game. 3 service errors. Oh, she's got to shake it off.
We had said early in the second set, I think it was at 2-1, I'd said if Bodman Hayward hold for 3-1, that the set looks good for them. I'm going to call this game the same way. She's done that to me in
15
practice.
love.
No fun.
She's done it to all of us.
Yeah. I love that shot, and I like it going at the player versus the crease.
Right, because you can't get out of the way of it.
Yeah.
Well, you have to make a decision. If you're going to get out of the way of it, then you're going to be ready to run.
Great get by Allison Morgan. Great get.
That's why we love Bodman and
15
Hayward.
all.
They celebrate their opponent's great shots. Such great sportsmen.
I agree. If you're Bodman and Hayward, right now, I'm sure they're aware that
30.
Morgan Sikora need to right the ship, and that's why I'm saying this game's so big, because you don't
Let
them
them
to
back
right it.
in.
Right. And it's something as simple as this game, a break a serve can start to turn it around for them a little bit.
There it is, right at her again.
30 all.
Ideally, if Sikora can pull herself out of the corner, she might create an offensive
30 all.
opportunity out of that. Not easy to do. But
No. She was just trying to get out of the way there, I think.
Forty, 30.
Love that overhead.
And that one she missed.
Deuce. Not up.
Which one feels better, that or the
Advantage.
overhead?
Bodman.
I like them both.
Right.
Game. Bodman, Hayward. They lead
just
2 games to love.
Morgan and
Third set.
Sikora feel deflated to me.
Yeah, the level of play from the first set since is, and like Jerry had said, Bodman and Hayward have their level of play have raised.
The other thing that Bob and Hayward have as an advantage over Morgan and Sikora is they know
Love
each other so
15.
well. They know, personalities. They know how to handle each other, the roller coaster ride. And I think Morgan and Sikora don't know each other that well. And that's something, just being on the court together. Certain players like to be taught, like a lot of conversation. Other
Love
players like to
30.
go into a little shell by themselves and just trying to figure out that spark that keeps the team going. And when one player goes a little bit off, the other player can step it up and take a few more balls, and just getting that balance. They don't have that awareness of each other yet as a team, and that sometimes comes through earlier when you've got such talented racket skill players on the court, and that's the weakness. That's the little the glue that makes the teams great.
And you were saying this is the first year that
Yeah,
they're playing together?
this is their
Second
second tournament.
tournament.
So they only played the Lake Invitational, which was the first stop on the APTA tour, and that was just a few weeks ago. We streamed one of their matches. They watched it. They said they learned a lot. They were excited to get back here and play again together, but
Love 40.
much improved from that match we saw them play,
Much,
right? Lauren and I
much.
called that match.
Well, that
And-
first set, I was like, wow, they must have really talked a lot in between because I don't know how they got so much better. And it's nice to see that they can play at that level. They
Yeah.
just have to figure out how to sustain it.
Hey, and they're playing against one of the toughest teams on tour that have. How long have they been playing together, Peter?
Gosh, I don't know the exact number because I think Liz was playing with Sally Cottingham.
Yeah.
I
and
think-
then-
Well, when we
Well, we
Lauren,
played-
we played them, right? So what was that?
2012?
Yeah,
Game,
I think so.
Bodman,
That's
Hayward,
So it was
they
probably
lead 3
maybe they've
games
been playing
to love,
since 2013
third
or 14.
So was it the 2011 Chicago that Hayward and Cottingham semis lost on this court? In the semis of Nationals, I think that was that 11?
What were they wearing?
I do not know.
You
It was the
gotta
clothes.
It was the far court in the semis of Chicago Charities that we played them.
Yes.
Court on the other side. In 11 or 12.
Right, that's when I told you to cut it off.
So I think they've been playing since around then together.
Yeah. I mean, they're very
Love
established. They're
15.
really good. A lot of experience. A lot of matches like this under their belt. They
Yes.
know how to play and figure it out.
In that last game, they did a great job with the returns, mixing a couple blitzes. I think Bodman and Hayward have their formula down on the return side.
$15 all.
I love the way Bodman and Hayward converge right when they saw the drive coming. Great hands, Liz. Hayward.
30-15. $30 all.
That's a shot I felt Sikora right first set was
40-30.
hurting Bateman Howard with.
Well,
Hayward, sorry.
Bodman's been handling that volley so much better off the Sikora backhand that she's frustrated, and so she's missing. She was getting so many free points with it in the first set.
Nice call covering there by Sikora.
It also seems that Bob and
Deuce.
Hayward don't feel like the backhand of Sikora's hurting them that
Yeah,
much, and they're like,
that's-
"All right, let's just go in there."
That's what I mean. They're not. It's not as effective as it was in the first set. They're ready for it. She's not hitting it as well. There's a down the line.
Oh, what a get, Hayward!
Advantage, Miss Sikora. Game,
That's
Morgan
game.
Sikora.
Well, that was probably a must-win game for
Bodman,
Morgan and
Hayward lead 3
Sikora.
games
Give
to
them
1.
one last shot to get back in here. Sikora had a tough time in her first service game. She missed 3 serves.
I'd love to see Bodman Hayward blitz, continue that net pressure.
They're on opposite sides.
Has Allison missed a screenshot this
No.
match?
She doesn't. I watched
Crease.
Morgan's play in the mixed doubles nationals a few years
Love 15.
out in Cincinnati, and they were playing against Oriah and Anika, right? So 2 of the heaviest spin overheads. Allison was on the deuce side, and they got switched around, and she was ended up on the ad side, and Oriah was just going after with all his combination of spins. She hung in there, didn't miss a shot. So
15
This
all.
feels like a
Plays-
piece of cake compared to standing there against
Exactly.
Wanariah.
her screenplay is outstanding.
Yeah. I agree. It's excellent.
Foot fault.
The way she reads the ball.
Front foot.
Just want to give you a quick update.
Team
Our
30.
number 1 seeds, Barron and Anika, are through to the quarterfinals, as are the number 4 seeds, Andrekova and Zaboria. And we will be bringing you both women's quarterfinals later this afternoon. So 2 of the quarterfinals will start on courts 1 and 2 side by side, so hopefully we'll be able to cut over between the 2 matches and then followed by the other 2 quarterfinals. So lots of live action this weekend from the Chicago Charities. Saturday morning we start at 9 with the women's semi-finals and stream all day through to the men's quarterfinals.
Heads up.
What do you think?
30
10-hour
all.
day, guys, tomorrow?
Easily.
Peter, hopefully you're in the tournament.
Yes.
Hopefully we maybe see a little
Yeah,
action from you out on the streaming court. You're
Yes.
playing with Scott Mansiger, I believe.
I am. Looking forward to that.
He's got a few titles.
Just a couple. Him and I have a combined 8 titles.
Oh, good. I love that stat.
Yep.
30, 40.
All right, let's see if Morgan, Sikora go Aussie. They've been having a lot of discussions on Hayward's return.
And if Hayward goes down the line.
Correct. If it's Aussie, it should be with a blitz by Bodman.
That's
Great
the first
location.
error. Teamwork that
Yeah,
we've seen.
right.
Great
Game,
spotting by
Bodman,
Bodman.
Hayward.
Yeah.
They lead 4 games to 1. Third set.
Yeah, in this third set, it's been very hard for Morgan Sikora to hold. They're just,
They haven't held yet.
yeah.
So I pointed back to that second game being big. That was to establish, the lead to finish. It's this game.
See how Hayward sets her paddle so early and she really let that ball drop low. And then Morgan just
Allison.
moseys over
Yeah.
to the ad side. I got
Yeah.
that covered.
Yeah,
We got there. Wow.
great point.
Some nice scrambling volleying here.
And you see the versatility of Alison Morgan. She can play both sides of the court equally
Hayward,
comfortable.
Crease.
That's-
15
she
love.
tends to get a lot of nicks, but like Amy Shea. I mean, they really do get more than their fair share.
I saw Amy Shea in Cincinnati hit like 10
Yeah.
in a 3-game span. It was incredible.
30, love.
And they were all in the deuce corner. Like they weren't in the ad. It was just a little cut to the deuce.
You just hold your breath when you see her wind up
30,
and she
15.
loads up her legs.
I was just going to say,
30, all.
because they've won so many points in the corner, that's not a Bodman Hayward. It wasn't a bad shot, but still her strength.
Beautiful shot. Good get.
Great dig.
Morgan has really picked up
Yeah.
in these last couple of games.
30, 40.
So I call this closeout time. Your strategy is clear. I would do a heavy dose to the spot that we've identified.
Smart serve down the tee.
Oh,
to the
Morgan,
weaker
little
side.
push forehand there.
There's that coast to coast.
Sikora hasn't seen Bodman enough to realize that you just do not float a ball up to her forehand volley when she's in front of you, because she's got great, as powerful as she has great touch with that shot, and it just dies, as you saw the side back screen.
I agree.
Advantage, Miss Sikora.
That was I don't know if it's 1 or 2.
Deuce.
She's also looking directly into the sun. Beautiful blue sky here at the Glenview Club. It is very sunny coming out of that southwest corner at this time of the day.
So, Jerry, if this was a national final, you're playing 4-1 deuce. You know your opponents well. There's a sun factor in the ad.
Yes.
Where are you hitting the majority of your overheads?
Yes, I'm making them look right into that sun.
Advantage, Miss Bodman.
Trying to go backside if I can, really.
And you're okay with risking,
Yes.
even though that's her stronger shot?
Yes,
Okay?
as long as you've got somebody close to the net.
Okay.
You got to use the sun as your third partner when it's available. Gee, Lauren and I were just talking about that this morning at breakfast, about her first match here in Chicago when I played with her. And I can't remember which club it is, but the sun was so bad, I thought she was going to cry.
I think I did.
No, she couldn't see. So the whole plan
Deuce.
was where to set the ball up so that we didn't have to look into the sun. So it's a huge factor in this game. Again, Alison Morgan has really elevated
Advantage, Miss
her level
Sikora.
of play. That's a smart shot, right pace.
Right pace, right height.
Just long.
I would have liked to have seen them go
Game, Morgan,
with that
Sikora.
sun factor, go a little harder
Bodman, Hayward lead 4 games
Backside.
in that
to 2,
corner,
third set.
because there's that hesitation to find the ball,
4-2.
and it's not
Why are
gonna
they
be true.
switching?
Switch. No,
They're all
switch.
switching, but they don't switch.
no switch.
Well, what this match really comes down to is if Morgan and Sikora can hold. If they
Right.
can't,
Their 2 games are breaks. Correct.
Morgan will be serving, looking into the sun on this first serve, the deuce side. As you can tell by the shadows on the court.
Yeah, I agree, Jerry. That's a big. If they were to win, Sikora and Morgan were to win both games, kind of looking into the sun on the changeover, you're only down 1. They can get back into it.
It's the first big overhead that
15
Sikora's
love.
hit.
she's hit a couple, but they haven't made Bodman Hayward move like that. They've been able to block them. That was the first one that Hayward couldn't catch up to.
Yeah, you can see, look, that's a great angle that shows what you're looking at. Morgan is looking at when she's serving in
30
to the
love.
deuce side. And you're also getting the reflection off the deck, as you can see, as well as right there. So my question is, are they going to risk hitting the ball into Bodman's forehand in the deuce side to make her look into the sun on the screenplay? Probably not. Well, that was a
That
little
was
scary.
lucky that stayed in.
Oh,
Good hands by Sikora.
great touch.
getting
40
interesting,
love.
guys.
I feel like Morgan and Sikora lost that point twice before they won it.
And it's that play again where Morgan stays back. Sikora takes away the drive in the middle. And there's
Game,
the hold.
Morgan Sikora. Bodman
Okay.
Hayward lead 4-3, third set.
This match has had a lot of extreme shifts. It's all one team or all the other.
Yeah, and I think
Go ahead, Peter.
The sun factor, just looking at these shadows, the good news is Bodman and Hayward will be looking into the sun towards the deuce, and that's not where they want to go anyways, right? So hopefully that forces stuff right down the middle in a more, I feel like Morgan's offense is starting to
She definitely. 3 games ago, she made some great plays,
15
and
love.
since then, she's really been a big factor in the turnaround. And Sikora's cut down on the unforced errors.
Terrific volley.
what a volley by Bodman.
Wow.
30 love.
Wow.
I just thought it was going wide.
Yeah, it was kind of an
30
off-pace kind of.
15.
It's disappointment when you go to run it down, there's nothing on it. It's different combinations of pace on the overheads.
Falls in. There's another one.
You know, she's been watching Bodman.
Looks like it.
30 all.
So I got that shot too.
Yeah, Sikora's location was perfect. It kind of, as it goes towards the side screen, it's fading.
$30 all.
Terrific serve. Pushed Morgan back.
Down the tee,
40,
Peter.
30.
Deuce side.
What do you know?
Good coaching.
Huge. That was a huge point.
It's easy to work with great talent.
Morgan just needed to get that ball back in play. If you can't step in and attack it, just lob it back. Get your team into the point.
Game. Bodman
hole.
Hayward.
Huge.
Hayward there.
They lead 5-3, third set.
Hayward came up with a few very good serves on big points there.
She did, and then the pressure was on her to hold. Now it shifts, and it's only 5-3, but it's completely on the other team.
$15 love.
And like you were saying earlier, Jerry, we're talking about just getting the serve in. I think that's all you can ask for Sikora. Don't make it fancy. Let's put it in to give us a chance.
They're both good volleys. They're both good movers.
She's flirting with that line there.
Oof.
That also looked like
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was wide.
That was like so much pace took off there that
30 love.
Hayward totally mistimed it.
Is it me or has Bodman Hayward gotten away from the blitz a little bit?
Here it comes. Nope.
You're right, Peter. They've backed down when they should be putting the
40
pressure on, because
love.
the pressure is already on Sikora. And just by Liz Hayward stepping forward when Bodman's about to return makes you pause as the server. And
40,
now you've got
50.
one more thing that you're thinking about that.
Yeah, I always ask my students, I go, let's quickly interview the serving team. They can decide whether you blitz or not. They're always going to say, no, don't blitz. That's how you know it's a good idea.
That's true.
Great angle of Morgan. You see how she sets her paddle
40,
so
30.
low early and then just waits for the ball to come down.
I like
Game.
Hayward's
Same
Morgan.
play.
down the line now.
Yeah,
Sikora.
but same play now
Bodman,
with
Hayward
Sikora
leads 5 games
serving,
to
that
4,
Morgan
third
was
set.
serving, and that the other player was staying back, and they're taking
Right.
an eye. So they're taking away that cross-court return completely and backing up plan B with if Hayward goes down the line, the player that stays back will put it back in play.
I love that play.
It's you got all your bases covered.
Okay, now the pressure goes right back to Bodman Hayward.
Yeah, like you said, it's a lot of back and forth these last few games.
Who's going to believe and go for it?
Well, I know Bodman Hayward aren't afraid to go for it. Allison, amazing.
She's there.
It's just like routine.
Very routine.
You know, in that hard side back that Bodman's going into with the overhead to the ad side. So
Love,
Sikora's
15.
looking into the sun, and even side back letting it go. Morgan's looking into the sun. So it's like a win-win.
I agree.
Love 30.
Dropped in.
Nice touch.
Love 40.
Morgan Sikora played
Game.
Played
one of the best
perfect game.
games.
Sikora.
Perfect game.
Amazing.
Games are 5 all. Third set.
I think these four ladies all wanted to get the maximum airtime. And we're happy they did.
Yeah.
It's exciting. 5-all in the third.
Okay, Alison Morgan serving again. Remember, she is looking straight into the sun.
She handled it great the last game she served. She served her best game of the match.
Sikora held her ground there.
She's good at
15
that,
love.
Sikora. She doesn't back up.
She got great hands.
And very brave when you have Bodman coming at you. A short ball.
I
15 all.
feel like Hayward put a little extra mustard on that in a good location. this is always a juncture of a match too that I say, this is actually your game. When you own a shot and you hit it and can execute it, you have it. Because this is a huge moment in a match.
It's a good idea. She had Sikora all the way behind Morgan.
30-15.
Just couldn't quite execute the forehand.
30-15. Foot fault.
That's the second one for
Boy, that's
all.
such a... of course, you have to always call it, but that is so deflating as the server. 5-all, 30-15.
And looks to be she's mindful of it, because look how far
Yeah.
back she is, but it's her right foot when she takes that step. And that's a missed opportunity there,
40-30.
right? Short serve in the
Yeah,
service box.
I like Bodman going for it. She had a good look.
Deuce.
A little bit
Feel-
of tightening up there.
And Sikora lately hasn't been afraid to go for a backhand in that corner.
Just kind of eased up on that one a little bit, guided it. Was it good?
Advantage,
Is that good?
Miss Morgan.
Yep. I think I heard go. I thought she said no, but I think she was calling.
Yeah, it
go.
was way in.
Yeah.
It was way in. That's so she must have... She said go.
Oh, the old sneak attack.
But that's very hard to
Deuce.
execute.
I'm
I think
a
they
fan
should have
of that.
stayed.
I-
Yeah, I know, but they haven't practiced that enough. Obviously, as a team, I think they would have been better off staying with the play that's been working. Allison staying back, but you got to admire their guts
Yeah.
for trying it at 5-0 in the third. What is it? Hayward's in trouble there.
I think the idea
Advantage,
for
Miss
Morgan
Morgan.
and Sikora was that Hayward was just chipping in her return soft, so she's like, I'll hit it, sneak in. Obviously, it didn't work, but
I guess you're right. If Hayward had just chipped it back, it would have been a good play.
Game, Morgan, Sikora. They lead 6-5. Third set.
So what's that? 3 games in a row?
yes.
5-3?
Bodman, Hayward up
Yeah.
5-3.
Yep.
Now 6 on serve.
My counting skills. I
Sorry.
still got it.
Sorry. I was thinking breaks. I mean, Morgan hadn't really held the whole match, I don't think, in this set. Since the
So
middle of the set, she's...
First time
She's...
this set.
Yeah. No, she held the last
she
game
held?
she
Did
served.
she?
Yeah.
So Liz Hayward serving. See if you can tie up this set and get to see our first tiebreak.
What's more exciting than a third set tiebreaker?
Yeah, in the round of 16.
It's like our version of Game 7.
Yes. If Morgan and Sikora can scramble their way out of this point, it would be... And they did.
Excellent hold of the
15.
paddle by Sikora as she was moving forward. So when she got to that bowl, all she had to do was swing forward, and she could have gone in either direction. Oh. The body language of Morgan Sikora is really picked up. The footwork has increased.
Well, that hold there, that in that last game, gave them a huge amount of confidence.
Fabulous touch by Liz Hayward.
15
Great
all.
shot by
Court
Hayward.
awareness again in that point. Knew exactly where Morgan was and just little touch.
Well, there's a little value because Morgan keeps shifting to the middle to protect the crease out of Sikora's corner, leaving her deuce corner a little vulnerable.
15-30.
Say, look at Sikora.
I feel like there's no ball Morgan can't
30
at least
all.
get a racket on. Quick first step.
But great volley by Liz Hayward at a very important time.
Taking a few extra bounces there on the serve.
Great first volley by Hayward.
30-40.
That hurts.
Match point. Terrific serve.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's enough value going into the corner because there's no sun. You almost have to hit a nick.
You calling it wide? It was wide. That's correct. Yep. When you said no, I didn't. Yep. Game, set, match. Morgan Sikora, 6-0, 5-7, 7-5.
Well, guys, that was a very entertaining match. Peter,
Yeah, you're very
your
welcome.
parting thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, I love how Bodman Hayward, lost that set. Or I love how they responded after losing the first set, 6-0, and were up 4-1 and 5-3 in the third. Had some chances, but you got to hand it to Morgan and Sikora. They didn't go away. They had a long stretch where they weren't playing well, and then they just righted the ship. Key game for them was down 1-4 third set. They get to 4-2. And then 4-3 out of the sun for 2 games, and they were right back in it. You gotta tip your hat to them. But I'm proud of Bodman Hayward. They're rarely not in a match. I always feel like they battle well, and so.
Yeah, they're great. They're great ambassadors for our sport, and we've seen them play a lot of three set matches. Yep. They don't travel that much, so they don't see a lot of the other players as much as some others, but they're always in every match. Nobody looks at the draw and says, oh yeah, I got Bodman Hayward. It's like, oh my, I got to be ready. I got to be sharp.
I agree. A few years back when they started playing together, I remember a couple gals I ran into, and I would say, who are you playing? And they would mention Bodman Hayward, and you could just see the body language when they're just like, yeah.
they got smaller.
They're like, they just didn't want to have to face them, and it was definitely the respect for them and what they can do.
So Morgan and Sikora now through to the quarterfinals, and they will play the number 1 seed Barrett and Anika. So Lauren, what do you think about that match?
Well, I think if they thought they saw firepower now, wait until the next match.
Yeah, I think they'll need to take a good break and be well rested and talk about a game plan. And they've shown their foot speed can get them out of trouble, and I think they're also going to need it now. It's going to be a different look. Anika brings a lot of spin. Barrett brings a lot of power. So we're in for a good quarterfinal.
I would say it's going to be Anika's spin versus Sikora's defense in the ad corner. That matchup, because they don't mind Annika and Barron don't mind switching on overheads where Annika's hitting. So if she hits a lot of the overheads and is spinning it into that corner and Sikora's not familiar with it, then that's where, to me, the advantage is going to be for Barron and Annika.
All right, well, Peter, thank you for joining us. And Lauren, great job calling the match. And we're going to take a break. We need to get over to the tournament director and find out what our order of play is going to be. But we're going to be back with both women's quarterfinals playing on court 1 and court 2. We have cameras on both courts, so we'll be able to switch back. And then following that quarterfinal will be the second half of the draw. So we'll post something up on the screen, and we will be back right here on the APTA Network, presented by eNet Live.